Okay. I might be sort of on time. Is this actually... Yep, it looks like it's coming through. I'm kind of, sort of, actually on time, but I still need to put my glove thing on. Where's the camera? Is it even there? I don't know. It has got a delay. And I need to remember that. It's not going to be instant, but apparently I've got an excellent connection. So things should go well, and... yeah, that's all good. Need to pause that now so it doesn't take up all my bandwidth. And I'll put the music back on. If I can ever find where I hid that display. Audio track is unavailable. Here's what I have to say about that. I'm going to get rid of it, apparently. I wonder what kind of moods I've got. Yeah, I will get this thing kind of running. There was inspirational somewhere. Well, I'm going to need to full screen OBS so I can get the doodad done. Let's put some happy music on. Get rid of all these that are like too short. Let's go for some of the longer ones. Nah. I need inspirational mood again. I don't seem to know my way around the music library as much as I used to, though. There we go. So, I think I want it about there for Zoom. That lines up on OBS. And I'm wasted 2 minutes already. Just doing nothing. Ah, here we go. Genre. Should be instrumental ones here, surely. I could put some cinematic on. That should work. So again, just 1 to 30. I can't figure out how to change the page. Wait a minute. Well, it's there, I just don't have enough pixels, okay. There's a lot of really short tunes here, so like 1 minute something. When I get to, say, 2.5 minutes, I'll choose one of them. I say that as if it's going to come anytime soon. There is a lot of pages. Maybe I'll just stick it at 2 minutes, I don't know. Come on, find some slightly longer rhythms. Apparently that's it. Oh well. Well, that's all I can sort of go through the pages as. Yeah, I'm going to need to adjust my hi-fi. Yeah, I mean, this thing must be from the 90s or something, but I still use it, mainly because the speakers have subwoofers built in, which is a very handy thing when you play a lot of music through them. They're like small speakers, but they have 3 ways on them, and that includes a subwoofer, a pair of subwoofers, 1 for each speaker, so it does work out quite well. Anyway, let's get to the main drawing thing. I can probably get rid of that doodad. Don't think I need it right now. I mean, I did see the artifacts here that I thought I'd got rid of, so, and I was sure I'd started colouring in this piece, but now come back to it, it's not showing, so I don't know. think there should be an eyedropper somewhere. That's what I'll use to get the correct colour. Paintbrush. No, not the paintbrush ink pen apparently. I colour better with that. I mean, there is a fill bucket as well. I don't know if you can adjust the sensitivity or something. I believe to get the exact result I want it won't work anyway though, because you can't just find an easy way like that. It's always going to be a bit more complicated, and that's too small. Maybe if I try about, yeah, 10, that might be a good starting point for these slightly more technical pieces of the drawing. I think that goes a bit too wide for my liking. Got this mic set up as well. As you can see, it's a real microphone, not the Logitech webcams microphone, which apparently has the same quality as a FM radio. This is supposed to be studio quality, so they say, but it's going to be better than an FM radio, whichever quality it actually is. The Logitech's okay as like a starter mic if you have nothing better, but really it was just a case of that was there, so I used that webcam instead of that microphone rather, instead of my good one. I wanted to get a Canon, like, what do you call it? A big, I think it's micro four thirds sensor. I'm not sure it's technically a DSLR. I wanted to get that set up, but the complicated thing there, to get my Elgato to run it, I'm going to have a HDMI display to feed it into, and I've already got 3 displays on this desk, and the one small one, which you can power by USB, I'm actually using on another PC as a secondary display, because it's useful to use it for that kind of thing, and thus, yes, I just end up making use of what I have, which is this webcam. Should still look okay. I mean, it's one of the better webcams. I think they've only brought out one better one, and it's only the frame rate that got better, not the actual image quality necessarily. I really do need to have my YouTube open to make sure that if something happened. Did I? Okay, well that's a bit wacky. Just adjust this, because the music stopped. If I go duration like this, yes, it's going to take a while to start up moving and stuff with the song, but it'll do the job. This can go down. Now, I don't know how close I'm going, if I'm going too close. I think that's okay. I don't know, it's a very thin line here comparative to some of the other ones. So maybe if I keep floor chan colours there and then just... yeah, it looks like there's some transparency. You see, I can only push so far though, because, as you'll see, in places that line is very thin, even despite all this resolution I've given myself to play with. It's still quite a thin line, and it's not always a good thing. I mean, you can get crisp small lines, and they can look amazing and pull the best of your resolution out, but sometimes it doesn't work all that well. Right, so that looks bad, but I don't think it's too bad. It's just about those pixels are covered up when I have added the layer on top. But it's true that this part here could do a bit better. pixel perfect. It needs to be. So I would say... There we go. I mean, basically, when there's no black and there's no pink, that's when I should be worried. Because if it's like some kind of black, some kind of grey, some kind of pink, then I know I've coloured it in something. However, if it's this kind of, I don't know what I'd call it, checkerboard pattern, then it's not what I want to see, because it just means it's transparent in that area. Oh dear. It appears to have crashed. I think it's just taking its time, yeah. Might have been saving, but I'm going to save it anyway. I do not want to lose my work. I'm saving to a 5400 RPM drive. I'm so professional. But it's because it's an external drive and it doesn't require any extra power. I mean, yes, it's slower, but I'm not running all of the Windows stuff on it, so it's just got one job to do well. And as a backup drive, I mean, it doesn't have to be quick. Amazingly, there's actually some 3.5-inch drives that are still 5400 RPMs. And then if you really look, there are, what do you call them, 10,000 and I think 15,000 RPM drives, which are essentially the predecessors to SSDs and hybrid drives. And yeah, my mouse apparently doesn't know where it's going anymore. I didn't press up there, it's just it kind of jumped up there. It sometimes does that. Thankfully there's no canvas there, so there's no way I can mess up from the result of that happening, but it is slightly irritating. At times it happens. Oh dear. Checkerboard I'm seeing. Gotta scrub some pink into that gap. Yeah, this song's going on quite a while, which is no bad thing. Given I had one before, I found, and then it ran out. I should have done this in the first place. It's odd with these streams though, it's like I get more professional as I go along each day. But at the start, I'm very unprofessional, and then I get better. But it describes how my days work, I guess. I'm a vegetable in the morning. It's not the morning now where I am, so I can kind of do it. But I wouldn't be able to do it if it was the morning. Believe me, the result would look a lot worse. No, I've not got any viewers at the moment. Do need to check, because if people start leaving comments, then I should try and reply to them. I'm pretty sure I was too late before to really reply to it. There had already been a few minutes by the time I noticed anything was going on. Ooh, checkerboard. Sneaking in there, it wasn't even on the edge. I mean, look, it doesn't look that great. Like, it looks like I've cut into the line loads, but put that over, it's crisp. This is one of my better ideas. I'm good at finding easy ways out. Although I believe there's no easy way out. Ironically, actually. So, are you going to fulfill your purpose? I'd say that looks tidy. Now, there is the other area here that's going to be pink. I'm thinking I'll just finish off this how would I say, this piece, and then move on. So here's the fun part, the easier part as well. If I can get the right size. Just doing the more inside parts of this, I can go right through them really quickly, save loads of time over trying to do it with a smaller brush. Yeah, I was just thinking though, this is still only 25.4. This is not a big brush in the grand scheme of things. But just because, just because I'm drawing in such a tight confines here, that it appears to be big, even though it isn't. When I say tight confines, it's probably still higher resolution than a lot of people use. But, you know, I'm doing it on just this tiny part of the image. I do love the high resolution though, it gives me so much freedom. I mean, it's an unusual decision, but I'm not one to just do something because it's convention. I mean, I have a 1080p graphics tablet, but it's because that was what was on the market. I don't have to use it to make 1080p art. And ultimately, the Wacom system underneath, I suspect, supports more than 1080p. I don't know. It's not really a Wacom tablet, but it uses a Wacom system, so I call it a Wacom tablet. The alternative would be what Apple's idea of making a pen which you have to change the battery in. I love these pens. Not sure if that's even on the webcam. Can I get my OBS up? At least this will show me where I'm holding things. There we go. Anyway, this is the pen, and it's got no batteries or anything. It actually draws its current from the screen, so it never runs out of battery. And I love that about it. Don't like Apple's idea at all. Seems like it's just another way of getting money out of people after a few years. Like their battery and the pen goes completely kaput and then they have to buy a new pen. I tell you, this pen will probably be with me a long time, as long as I have this graphics tablet. Don't know how long that is, but I'm just saying, it should last for the life of a graphics tablet. You can also change the end. Not sure if Apple lets you do that, but you can pull the end out, get a load of cheap ones and put them in. Last time I got ones that weren't for this pen, but they had the exact shape. I don't know what device they were for, but I compared the shape to the nibs of this one, and it worked. I mean, kind of would, it's just a piece of plastic. My Samsung tablet does have a Wacom system as well. I got the one with the removable battery, and it has a Wacom system, but it's like, I'm not sure you can change your nibs on that. It's also not going to work with this pen because the distance between, I guess, like the sensor and the end of the pen is just too long. It does work with one from an old ThinkPad, which also has a Wacom system though. One of the old Windows tablets from 2011. I mean, that is in its own way a decent art tool. I actually found a Wacom tablet that uses the same screen as my ThinkPad. Because you might say, how do you know? I honestly don't know, but say 1280 by 800 screen at exact size from about the same time period, so it makes sense since they are both Wacoms. Mind you, I got one that also supports finger touch as well as Wacom, so fancy model. I also have a HP ZBook, but it's like, it's spec'd out in every way aside from it hasn't got a card reader. It seems odd because it's got the best processor, the best graphics card, the best everything, but just no SD card slot. Seems like an awfully odd thing to cheap out on, since they're not that expensive to put on devices. Because by the time that machine was made, pretty much all phones had an SD card slot besides, well, Apple ones. Again, there's a lot of stuff they don't do that a lot of stuff Apple do or don't do that I don't like, because it's just, it takes away freedom essentially from the end user. I don't want some company deciding what I do just because it's more profitable for them. So it doesn't seem right. Oh, I'm winning that right up to the edge. Yeah, these lines are actually also very thin in their own way, and I mean, I'm pushing right up to those lines. There's only so far though I can take this before I just run out of a border. There we go, try and fill that in. Lovely. I'd say I'm pretty content with that actually. Now, can I enlarge in that? I didn't mean to rotate the canvas, truth be told. Although, I don't know why I'm not doing that at all today. I was doing it loads yesterday. Still, we have a lot of fill work to do. So how is the camera angled? Just wondering if it could see my hands. It can't. And then that's what the screen cam is for, so you can see from inside the graphics tablet what signals it's receiving. Oh dear, I've gone outside the lines and I do not like it. I feel like I'm some robot out of Wall-E. What was it? It's a Mo robot and he refuses to go off the line or something. No, he does go off the line. He does think outside the line, although he doesn't like it. Just this odd clip and it's like the robot jumps off the line because the floor is dirty. Like, that's his only reason for doing something that might appear mildly defiant. The floor is dirty and cleaning is his job. Yeah, I'm leaking pink everywhere. That is not an expression I thought I would say. I need a smaller brush to really get into these gaps, I think. Come on. It's so tricky. And I've still got that on the front, haven't I? I mean, I shouldn't have been doing it with that on the front, but I don't think it's going to do any harm. Okay, just try and squeeze a bit more pink out of my brush. Come on. Finally, I seem to be getting some paint out of that. I just wanted to cover that square up and it didn't seem to be letting me. Should I undo? Yes. So much I'm not happy with how I do it. So how does that fit over it? That fits over it quite nicely. Although there might be pink showing underneath there. No, I think it's okay actually. It's maybe not okay by the largest margin, but I do believe it fits okay. So that will do the job. Yeah, that was covered completely. I don't want the pink to overlap particularly, as I apparently can't keep hold of my pen. So I've been streaming for about 20 minutes of actual drawing, I would say now. But I did more setup, so who knows? Who knows? I should still get more in the stream. I was probably starting about 10 minutes later than now yesterday. You see, even on these black lines though, you see like the checkerboard pattern. That's the issue. How am I going to get past that? That I'm guessing, that one I'm noticing rather is thicker on the actual outer layer, so to speak. So maybe if I do that, that should do the trick. If I can have like a combination, if I can have it passing through to the pink as opposed to passing through to the transparency, it'll give me fairly clean looking artwork. You see, look at that lovely flow there from black to pink through all of the shades of grey. You see it, and then there it looks like a mess, but you put that on and it actually looks a lot nicer. You see, again, usually this piece, I'm noticing I'm having to put a bit more effort in. I think just because it's a thinner line compared to these. I think they were thicker lines, so besides, I have an inkling of thought I should probably be saving. Let's just try and add some finishing touches. Oh dear, I've gone over the line. I probably shouldn't be worrying about going over the line now, because if anything, that will be covered up again. And look, that's black. That's completely black there. It's just how this has been produced by drawing over the old lines on this layer. Yeah, that I think I can deal with though. I would say don't leave it, but I know it's gonna look good when I'm eventually finished with it, so I'm gonna just leave that. But I've had enough of this shade of pink. I'm gonna change my focus. Let's start down here then. We need a kind of slightly darker pink. Maybe this. I'm going to have to just try squiggling. You know what? I think that does a lot. That just does do the job. I think that's what I need. I mean, I hate to just stop and say, hey, that's good enough, but hey, that's good enough. Right, so I'll start with this big blob here. Gradually reduce the size as I work my way closer to the edges of the drawing. Fill in these gaps. Say a smaller brush can fit in a tighter gap like that, otherwise I wouldn't have stood a chance. Yeah, I'm not going checkerboard with this though, remember. I'm actually genuinely going to run this shade of pink like around these areas, because you'll see that piece there is supposed to be a different type of metal to this piece. A thicker piece of metal most likely, as it is more structural than just visual, to make sure that part there is to make sure the circuitry and such isn't exposed when it's just moving about. This stuff here is actually a structural element, so it's going to have had to be a different colour, and henceforth why it's going to change the colours that are painted on top of it, because you don't have, say, steel ever looking the same as aluminium. They'll always look slightly different. I mean, maybe with cars when you've got so many layers on them, but that's not what I'm thinking about here. A thinner metal will always look like a thinner metal, basically. Ooh, now this is getting awkward, so what should I do? Alright, I'm going to have to just run up to this black line and hope. I probably shouldn't have done that black first, but going to have to just run up to here and hope. Hope and pray that it works. Because I not got much else going for me. Oh dear. Well, I don't want to run it too much into there. At least the advantage is, when I put the layer back on, for the outer line, so to say, it'll be easy to correct. I just need black to cover it. Mind you, hoping and praying might not have done me too bad. That doesn't look too awful. I mean, yeah, there's a gap there. That gap needs fixing. But I think I'm going to need a small brush for in this gap. I don't know, I might have... No, I did not press there, apparently. Although I'm sure I did. Oh my, I'm seeing things now that I weren't seeing before, just as I'm getting used to how to colour these things. Seeing gaps in this black piece here that I wouldn't have seen before. It does also make me think, if I have to paint anything on the piece of metal up there as being black, it will probably be more grey, just because this is black from here, and as you'll see, it's kind of got that dark light colour difference. There's naturally going to have to be also colour changes and such where the colours are going to change based on how the lighting is in the room. Probably a bit more reflective than they are now. Yeah, have reflective layers. Layer, should I say, since there is one. Learn your plurals. What is this? It's just like metal noises, this music. I guess it makes sense since I'm drawing a robot, but it just makes me scared of Floor-chan. I've lost my picture. What have I done? I mean, I did a thing and not a thing I wanted to do. I did a thing I didn't want to do. That still looks kind of transparent. Maybe it's just a matte display? I don't know. Well, technically this graphics tablet I think is semi-gloss, but it's not full glossy. Don't know, because it's like there's texture there. That's not what I'm going for at all. I do not know what's causing that. Okay, so as I was saying, I am seeing things. There we go. Very few of these are actually showing through though, so it's not going to really matter because you look at that line, it's decently thick, so it covers up a few of the defects. That would be one such area, but there's no need to redo it because you're just never going to notice it on the final drawing. So I kind of want to... what have I done there? Took a screenshot, did I? Oh. Did I just lose my picture? Dear, I think I lost a load of work. That's not good. Now I'm really going to take the easy way out because I do not want to do the whole thing again. It's just I grabbed it at the top and then the whole thing was gone. I thought it was taking a screenshot or something. That's actually doing a decent job of filling it up. Mind you, I must say not perfect, but seems to be as good a job as I could do with just one of the bigger tools. Well, I'm going to just have to learn from my mistakes there. Be very careful what I press. Yep, so that fits as it's supposed to. Well, I am slightly less ashamed now. I might actually be getting this somewhere. That's not seeming to be right. So, I mean, you see here, Fill Bucket did have some difficulty. It's not a perfect tool. There we go. Oh, that's looking like it would be something needing pink trim. Oh, but that's kind of on the other side, isn't it? That's where it gets awkward. Like when you don't even know what side you're painting. I think I can make it work. Yeah, and again, where the Fill Bucket has issues is a lot of the time just this stuff. It doesn't quite know that I'm going for as close to the lines as I can get, even when sometimes it means over-whiting the lines. I mean, there is like softness or something like that on the Fill Bucket, but I don't know what the best setting is, so I just left it on default. It is quarter to 9 now. Okay, means about an hour left. I mean, I think I can at least regain what I've lost. Save. There goes a hard drive. I mean, it's a learning experience though. I was spending too long on this. Now I'm needing to wash it, but then at least that in its own way proves the thing is getting done now at a quicker rate of speed. I did find that part of the piece of black at the bottom of the drawing, which showed basically, you know, it doesn't matter as long as they don't see it. Because the thing is, you're going to have to think, it's going to be like a PNG, transparent or not, at the end of it, or a bitmap or whatever. I'm not sure you can have colour bitmaps, but it's going to be a lossless format, and people won't see what they can't see. So basically, if it's not there on that end resulting flat layer, they won't know it was ever there. Still. Yes. On the double. So there we go. That line appears to fill quite well. so many of these to do. Kind of these vertically things. Stalagmites, do you call them? The stalagmites of drawing must be filled in. But you see, I can't just make a drawing. I have to do all of this. Maybe that's my problem. I did consistently through drawing this finish of it, use a 5 pen width, which isn't that wide at the best of times. In like 480p it's probably decently wide, but I'm using it on this ridiculous 10240 by 7680 resolution. The detail. I wonder how much CPU I'm using. 2.3% CPU. This has a lot in it. More than I'd thought. Well, that's according to OBS. It could just be what OBS is using. But this is a good processor as well. I actually looked it up. It's a 6-core i7. But it's odd because it had this. They had the i7K edition. And then they had the quad cores below it. So it's not an overclockable processor. It's essentially what they built the K on top of. It's the Golf 4 Motion. Golf VR6 4 Motion of PC processors. Meaning it'll probably be worthless eventually on the used market, but that's not what I'm worrying about. It's just the Golf 4 Motions are never actually worth all that much. Even though the R32s are. And it's just because of that name, really. The R32 is just a 4 Motion with a load of performance bits on. Because the 4 Motion just tech demoed the stuff to make sure it worked. And then, you know, once they'd sold a few and said, hey, this isn't a bad idea, they made it into a sports car and took the 4 Motion off the market. It's why you don't tend to see newer Golf 4 Motions. Well, VR6 ones at least, that is. Because they're all called R32s nowadays. I mean, there was a front-wheel drive VR6 in the 90s. That was a different beast, though. Less powerful than the 4 Motion, mind you. The Golf 4 Motion before the R32 was actually the fastest production Golf you could buy. And again, no one really respects them, so they're not worth much on the used market. Still hard to say 200 horsepower from a naturally aspirated 2.8 isn't exactly good. It is good. It's just the Golf R32 was even gooder. Okay, please tell me I'm near the bottom. And it's looking like I'm only halfway up. Don't know what I undid there. I felt like something needed undoing, but my head still cannot fathom what it might be. You know, just perceived something as needing deleting. I don't know, maybe I'm in a deleting mood. Wait, this looks more done. Apparently we've got wag time on now. Alright, okay. My head is telling me I need to do something. My head is telling me I need to save, and this time I'm going to listen to it, because last time I don't know. Probably not. I think I know why I lost so much work anyway. I think it's because I said I've not got much chance of losing work or something of that nature. You know what would happen when I said that? Oh, is the mic peaking? I'm quite close to it. Let's go -5 decibels. Should stop it peaking just a bit. There we go. I feel like I am nearing the joint point. Even though I'm probably not, okay, just let me have this. I have to at least feel like I'm doing something and getting somewhere. Oh dear, it's just the feeling of going nowhere despite everything I'm putting into this. That's what's really hurting. I mean, at least comparatively to what I was doing before, this is a hard, boring part that I'm getting done. I was doing this before, and then I gave up. Started drawing another part. Yeah, I'm running right out on these pixels. Thing is, I could just stick a thing underneath it and call it a day, but I don't know. I mean, maybe with so many lines here, that's what I'll do for the blue pieces. Because there's so much here. I might just keep the pink ones like this. And then when I come across a blue element, it'll also fill in any tiny gaps to the background. But speaking of which, I do want it to be transparent. I'll have to have like just blue across the whole background of the robot, and then the background will have to be added in underneath. Getting close to the line there. I think I made it work though. I think I'm done. It's so hard to tell. Such a level of detail. Save! Best to do that before anything else. So, here I'm going to do the same thing I did before. Different shade of pink. Don't know if that's the right one actually. That one's the right one. I think I went down too much a layer. Now, I am doing this completely wrong, aren't I? I'm still going to leave that bit there for now. Because I'm just going to colour over it. I mean, I've just realised how easy it was to get rid of that. Should have done it. Should have just done it without thinking. Nah, that's how I lost my work. I was going to say how that get there, I don't know. That just looks like a really weird dolphin. Or a whale or something, I don't know. Very badly drawn though, whatever it was. That work? I guess it will. Seem to want to fill in some of these spaces. I'm not sure what that's about though. Crispy lines. That, I'd say just about going to work. No, it's not. Who am I kidding? does that sit the line? I think it's technically there, but I do need to give it a bit of reinforcement. There we go. I think that's about where it needs to be. Still quite deep in there, but it don't matter because you can not see a line. Down there. It's okay. I do, however, need to find the right shade of pink and try and get some of these nasty open areas. And that'll do the job. I do not know what this thing is. Looks like a pink. It's wearing a wig, I think, and it's got a tail. So I've got a black slope here wearing a pink wig with a tail. I don't even know what I'm drawing at this stage. Oh, I've got 0 drop frames. That is good. I'm doing okay for PC then, I guess. And my head tells me that I should save. Oh dear. Now I'm pulling my headphone cable. Yeah, you briefly got to see my desktop in low resolution. Fill that in. Just need to squiggle over here to make sure that it is properly covered up and so it won't be too hard a feat. I can definitely do it. Philbucket has actually done quite a good job here, I must say. It's a bit of kind of blurring there, but put the line in, it's not too bad. Yeah, some things do need to be corrected, but that isn't bad. That can definitely be worked with. Or around, or however you work things these days. Here's some place that does need a bit of work. What should I say needs work? It's kind of cut in, but it's not cut in enough, if that makes sense. So I need to just cut right through here. Give a nice tidy line. I was just concerned that I was colouring the wrong area of the picture in pink. That would not have been good. Oh, I would say not too deep there, but I didn't. Right through there. I know that might have been a rush job, but it was a rush job that worked. Where's my mouse? I'm gonna save it. If my mouse is doing funny things again, probably best I do. Yep, wish jobs sometimes do a good job. No, it's not a god job. Definitely not a god job. You'd have to look a lot better to be that. But we also have that. I'm going to need this line intact because I suspect it's just going to be destroyed basically by the heating on both ends. Being the time it is, I think I will show the whole thing in a moment. And then I'll go back to working. Always nice to look at your work now and then, see how it's evolving over time. Don't know if I coloured anything there. If so, it'll be so light, I'll just colour over it. Not going to worry about that. So again, you see, the colours aren't quite touching each other. In fact, there's definitely places where I can just do that and it will bring it nicer and closer together. Yes, the line's so thick, but it's like, there's no point in deliberately separating the colours on this layer. It's going to be done on the other layers, so as long as colours remain separated, you can see there's still some semblance of line here. There we go, nice and tidy there. I like it. Looks really messy there, and then you put that on, job done. Really neat. Because as I say, you're never going to know. You're never going to know what this looked like in its kind of work in progress state when you see the final works. All you're going to know, layer one. I don't know how I've done it, but I have somehow made another layer, another colour layer. I'm just going to name this as such. I mean, I don't know how that happened. Somehow I made a new layer and I started working on it, so yeah, to look fully complete it needs that on it. So I would say. But it's okay if I just have another colour layer. No one's going to really know when the whole thing is together. Same old case really. Time to getting close. Why does this song make me think of being on the run from the Wiggles? Wiggles Crime Syndicate. bit of mess around there, but it's okay, I'm working my way down. I mean, this line is only getting thinner, but it's okay. As I said before, it doesn't really matter if the colours even touch, as long as they don't cross over into each other's territory. It's like I'm doing the nation building, but with colours is off. Hey, isn't that what they do, really, though? They just get some crayons and go over a map and they say, we are going to make this country red coloured, which means it is ours now. This green country will turn red as well, meaning it doesn't belong to green people anymore. The green part of a map has been called Greenland for too long. So let's reset rotation. I don't know if I'm tapping here. Let's see if it's counting it. So there we go. You see how much a tiny amount of work I've done. Oh dear. Like, here we have it though. That's what I've been working so hard on so far. And it's resulted in just this small piece of the overall finished picture. In a way it's demotivating, but I'm sure it'll be all worth it one time. It's like, if we're looking here, there was a time when this was honestly like just the ears and the like start of the head, and then I've created the entire robot, which actually took less time than I expected when I was on the head. But mind you, I shall keep pushing ahead and saying, which I should have done earlier. But I'm doing it now before something does go wrong. I do feel like I'm getting more efficient now. So again, we're going with the pastel colours. I think this blue. Where is the fill bucket? I pressed the eraser instead of fill buckets. There we go. Like, I can do that quick, but I'm gonna have to pay attention on where to do. Oh, I see. I missed the place with the pink. I actually might not have done that side. I may have just done around that side. But it gives me an opportunity, actually, now I think about it. So eyedropper of the pink, which will give me... It'll give me the chance to go over the edges. And seeing the blue, I kind of know how much space I need to leave. Keep this big line in the middle, so I would say. It looks fairly easy though, compared to the last side. Compared to that side, there's a lot more fine detail there than there is here. This sounds like music like being Lord of the Rings. .4% CPU, oh my. That is a lot of CPU. That looks messy, like around there, but then when I put an extra line on it, it's just hidden all the problems that it was suffering. It's just so tricky to get this correct. Almost overran that. Alright. Yeah, I'm kind of rushing this so now. Not because I have to, but because I think I can. I could spend longer on it, but why would I need to do that? When I can still get a very high quality result and no one will notice. So I say. I'll be leaving this line on for drawing the blue side, I believe. Oh dear. I feel like I've just missed a whole section out there. This line is definitely thicker though, which gives me more leeway to wander around with. I could try and turn a blind eye to my terrible work here, but should I? So there is the line. The pink is appearing nice and clean through there. So, time to eyedropper the blue, save, and then continue doing the blue. I mean, it did look a lot more finished when I started adding that blue in, although it wasn't You see, most of the work here is just the things you don't see on initial glance. If it wasn't about the quality, I could just wash it and make a right wash job of it. But it's not just about getting it done, I want to do a quality job of it. Or at least a fair quality job of it, so it needs to look okay. There we go. Just comb over that without crossing over into the pinks territory. On the left. I need to just filter out these kind of gaps through the background, or the non-existent background, might I add. I thought that noise was just me making noise with my pen, but it wasn't, it was actually that. Oh dear, where am I going? Somewhere, probably. There you go, nicely combing through there. The other side needs doing as well, doesn't it? But I've not even done this side. Making a chaotic mess of it. Definitely getting there. Not only have I got to do the other side of this, so I've got to do that. I can tell it looks so much cleaner here though than it does here. You can tell how much more messy it looks because it's not quite finely added. It's one of those things, you don't miss it until it's gone. Then you really miss those clean lines. Oh dear. I don't know what happened there, but something happened to the canvas, so I'd better save. Why is the background showing through it now? That's what I want to know. It's happening all over the place. There we go. It was here, but it wasn't on like 100%. It was on 87%. I don't know how that happened, but it did. I believe I have finished that part off, so, you know. Apparently I haven't actually. Look at that, not tidy. I will work through the whole thing. It's actually, no, it's mostly tidy there. I'll have to take that back because it's mostly tidy. But I can't leave one bit that isn't good, if that makes sense. I'm seeing that one place and that one place. However many places that are just not ideal, so I'm gonna have to there we go. There's just some at the top of that pink area just not quite done. I wonder if I could bring its book out, a little wet floor sign that could. I wonder if that would actually sell. Also, it's a wet floor sign holding a wet floor sign. That's how it works, because logic and reasons. So I'm on the blue side, I'm guessing. I say I'm guessing, I was just working on it and I can't remember this already. So, how is that done? I think that's done okay on the bottom, but again, I would love to just finish it off myself, but with that case, it's probably better to do this point round here next to where I've coloured the darker pink. I don't know where my mouse has gone, sorry. There we go. Probably best to colour in this area before finishing off the bottom of that. Which does make me think, what colour am I actually going to want? The blue. I think I've done the pink fairly well, but I don't know about the blue. Just before I finish this stream off, I will probably sort that out. So much work. And again, I'll show you in a moment how little work all this amounts to. No, that's how it is with art. You've got to love it. You're not going to get very far if you don't love what you do. You just end up as a part of a machine. Those who are truly special at anything really have to love it. You can't force yourself to learn an instrument you don't want to learn, because if you don't want to learn it, you're going to be awful at it. Whatever your motivation may be, as long as you have motivation, it's better than nothing. Oh, see, again, I can see already just these little bits of colouring here are really adding up. Finish it from this side. Just giving myself a bit of space here, though. I'm not going to need to I'm not going to need to cut into this line as much as I am. I'm just doing it because it gives me that leeway. Alright, they've got that. It's kind of crossover there, so best I can do for that particular part is just kind of merge the colours together and hope it won't be too noticeable. Why is it 99% opacity? I think that's like, yeah, the opacity of drawing. It's not going to make too much difference, but I maybe shouldn't have any transparency now at all. Now, fill buckets. No! Not eraser. Save bucket as well. So that's where I was. That's a lot more purple than blue. You see, that's still pink in either case. That's like that's one of my favourite blues, but it doesn't really work in this context. That kind of has the right look. Standard colour set. Strong tone. That works. Strong tone blue. Okay, so I think I know what I have to do with the strong tone blue. There we go. So for now, I think I'll be calling that it. And it's nothing crazy, but what I have done with the kind of colouring down here, I think it's a lot stronger than it used to be. It's definitely beginning to take shape in terms of a coloured drawing, even if I've still got reflections and everything to do. It looks odd with these colours like that, but I'll have to work around it, honestly. It was never going to be ideal. But until next time, I'm going to leave it here for today, and I'll say goodbye